What's up, everybody? Welcome to Mongols. This is our Riverhounds and Riveters show. It is 7 on Sunday, which means we are live. I am Mike Sparks. Joining me is Steve Mattiace, Josh, and Liz Brokaw. We also have Peter and Drew. It is a party because, guys, we have a lot of stuff to talk about, but really the preseason is like officially over. So we really need to start talking about what we think is going to happen in the regular season, and that is going to be the primary topic of the show. But first, let's go do a quick roundabout. Liz, I saw you for the first time in person in like months at the kit reveal, which is totally my fault. I'm not blaming you at all. But what's new with you? What's good?
I mean, nothing is really new, but I'm getting really good at sourdough.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Challenge accepted.
Do we need to have a sourdough competition? Because
yeah, let's do it.
Can I vote?
I'm doing like 2 or 3.
Yeah, we need judges
now, so this might become a thing. Like
I'm gonna make a dill pickle loaf for the home opener.
Oh dang.
Oh.
Okay. All right. I've been experimenting with like pepperoni bread, like using it to make pepperoni bread, and then I started to do a cheddar jalapeno bread too. So
I've done garlic, chili crisp, dill pickle, and then blueberry lemon.
The dill pickle, like I might have to steal that. Yeah. That sounds really good. So, well, that's good. Glad you're here joining us.
I want to just encourage the two of you to just keep going and keep going and keep like we will make sure it tastes good for you before you bring it out to the public. So
thanks.
Thanks, Steve. Yeah.
I do always need more carbs.
Well, okay. Drew, we're gonna jump to you because I saw you sans mask. Well, not sans mask, but sans mask in person for the first time in a few months, and you said you're down 60 pounds. Like, yeah, what's going on, man?
Oh yeah, I'm half the Mandalorian I was before. Actually, I'm like, hold on, the math is like a third. I'm a third of the Mandalorian. I'm 2/3 the Mandalorian.
You lost your Grogu.
Yeah.
One Grogu. Yes.
Yeah. No. I started trying to lose weight for the last few years, or like, but with some help, I've actually had weight loss like starting last year. Before the summer of soccer started, and then so now I'm down a total of 60 pounds. I can now fit into my old Frank Lampard kit that I got back in like 2010. So
does this really mean that you just have to remake all your armor now?
Yes.
We were legitimately talking about this week. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I was to so there's two things that are going on. One is like all of the soft armor parts, and my soft armor parts are for bigger me, and it's legitimately, I think, 6 inches too big, like circumferencely.
Yeah.
Like the vest that I have on, you could put Grogu in my vest, like under my flak jacket. So there's like plenty of space underneath there, which is great, but also means I have to resew all of that, which opens up the opportunity to change a little bit of the color scheme, a la Din Djarin, who seems to change every season. The other thing is all of the soft armor parts, all the hard armor parts, which so I happen to have my shoulder bell here. This is warped. This is actually warped from its actual size. It's actually almost 2 inches wider from here to here than it was originally.
So in the hot sun.
Yeah, from being out in the hot sun.
Summer.
Well, excuse to reprint everything and use less material this time, which is nice.
The best part about all this is like I get like 3 texts, like 3 days a week. I get texts from him like showing me new pieces, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, like this is my new chess piece. It's right here. See,
nice. There you go.
So
those of you joining us live, you get a sneak peek at what you'll see at the at Highmark Stadium this year. So.
Yeah, this is exactly the same size as the old one. It's just not painted yet. But no, it actually does give me an opportunity to change up the paint scheme. So,
speaking of paint, seeing we got 3 people here wearing the new kits.
I was gonna say Tony Rivera in the chat said I love everyone repping the chromatics. I got to give a shout out to Tony. He came up to us at the kit reveal and said hello. So it was great to meet Tony in person.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Peter, where's your chromatic kit, man?
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Mike. Just working at the coffee shop makes you tired of people, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stay home and can't blame myself.
No.
Yeah. Other than that, just been working on some creative projects, and just taking it day by day. I guess pretty simple.
As the kit guy, what do you think?
Yeah.
I like it. I mean, I hate the fact that I can't get a chromatic until like late next month, but
at least you can get one.
Yeah.
I pre-ordered, so
that's great.
I got it. Yeah. But I just have to wait. Other than that, they're good kids. I just really want to see the Riveters, but I have to wait. We have to wait rather until May. So yeah.
Yeah. The kid event, I mean, this is where we're going to jump right in. The kid event was this past Thursday night at the Roxy-Inn. It was a great time. Tons of people. The entire thing, you guys experience this far more regularly because you show up to stuff and I don't. I need to be better about, driving in the hour, 15 hour and a half to games and stuff. But it was very surreal to me, just that literally we show up and within seconds it felt like Rob Vincent had hunted us down and was like, let's chat for 15 minutes. And then Adam was there and then Robbie and it was bizarre to me. I'm like, I'm just some dude that lives in Ligonier. What is going on right now? But the event was great. Got to see a ton of people, talk to a ton of people. The kits, in my opinion, if you put the 3 of them together, are probably the 3 best kits that I've seen us have. And I keep seeing kit launches for other teams and I'm just like, woof, ours totally crushed those. So Liz, Josh, Drew, Steve, I know you guys were all there. Liz, what are your thoughts on the kits? Do you have well, hold on real quick. Josh had an amazing idea to basically play. We were trying to figure out the right wording of this, but it was essentially the F, Marry, Kill with the jerseys with the players to get their input of which one do you really like, which one, and full intention. We were going to do it as soon as they revealed the kits, and then the band started playing, and we realized the microphone wasn't going to pick up anything. Yeah. So total opportunity missed on our part. It was an amazing idea. But let's play that game just amongst ourselves, Liz. F, Marry, Kill, 3 jerseys. Pick. Where are you going?
Okay, so I'm going to kill the second kit. There are just issues with the color saturation and the font for me. And while I love the idea, and quite frankly, they stole it from the Steel Army, that's fine. I just want to say that we should get credit. That's my least favorite one. I will marry the first kit because I would wear that literally anywhere, and I think people would talk about it. And then I'll get down with the third kit. And I think that it's a surprise to Jeff, I think, that it does so well. Mm-hmm. But I think that's because he's not a Pittsburgher. I'm not a native Pittsburgher, but I know that Pittsburghers are very loyal. And so seeing something with Warhol, something that did, the 90 boroughs is still on there, that it's really interesting. And something that I will shout from the rooftops and have heard from more than a few people is, this is the closest thing we're going to get to a Pride kit, maybe for a while, for various reasons. And that means a lot to a lot of people. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah. I think I agree with that order. I think I would say the same thing. The sentiment about it, and I know there's a lot of drama around the chromatic kit because they sold out basically that night and then put together pre-orders the following day, which sold out almost immediately. For those of you who have been paying attention on the show, I think it was both Jeff and Rob and maybe Vis were all like, we're going to have 2 great kits and one that's really out there. It felt like they were teeing it up for us to be potentially disappointed, like it was a big swing. And it just went the complete opposite direction. It's like everybody wants this kit. So I agree with your order, Liz. Does anyone disagree? Would anyone do it in a different order? Peter's
the only one, I think.
Fight.
I'll probably marry the chromatic kit and probably get down with the foam kit. I'm still killing the second kit just because if we're considering like the entire kit entirely, like yellow shorts is just not really it. So
I'm gonna wait to pass judgment on that because we were saying that it felt like Rob Vincent was trying to sway me towards the second kit. So I think he may have seen something that we haven't, but it sounded to me like that's his favorite. So I will wait to pass judgment. I really want all three. Like after seeing more photos of them, I can't justify all three, but I really think they did a great job.
I mean, I might get all three, but get the second kit in the keeper version because the blue looked really
amazing.
Nice. I did imagine that with my eyes, guys. Imagine.
This is true. One other little thing that I'll say is that it is a different kit maker. Obviously, it's Hummel. The material feels a little bit better. The sizing feels a little bit. It all just feels I don't want to say a step up, but overall they absolutely crushed it. Like I don't know. I want to get Ben on. I spotted him at the event working at the table, and I just pointed at him. And he looked up like, what? And I said, we got to talk about these things, man. Like how much say did you have? What happened? So we will try to make that an episode here coming up soon.
I want to say one thing about all three kits that I am really, really happy because one of the things that bugs me is when sponsorship looks like it's just a graphic pasted over it, that each of the three kits, it looks intentionally placed and that the kit is designed around it. Like especially this one and the home kit where it's not just taking away from the elements of the kit. It's a part of it. And that's really, really cool to me.
Yeah. Nobody wants to look like a Chevy.
Yeah. It felt like that just came out of left field, but yes. You are correct.
I mean, there's a very specific kit. And if you know, you know.
Yeah.
This is an unfortunate period.
Guys, any other? I know for those of us that were there were lots of conversations that were had, some that we can talk about, some that we can't. Anything else, Josh, Liz, from the actual event itself that you guys want to talk about or share?
Yeah, the energy from the players, especially like talking to the fans, seemed really high. Like this whole season feels like a lot of momentum, a lot of just excitement to get this ball rolling. And also like even them talking about like the kids, like I asked, before we had the mics on them, because I was like, oh, we'll ask you later on these questions, but I'm just like, giving you a heads up. Like, so I asked a couple of the players and like, they were just animated and excited about it all. Chico's favorite kit is the chromatic kit.
And he looks good in it.
There's a reason why he was modeling it.
He pulls it off.
I made the joke to Rob. I told him, you guys tell him he has to score a certain amount of goals every time, and you'll allow the team to wear that kit on the field the next game.
Yeah.
give him like like every 5 goals he gets have this kit.
It dawned on me with Chica. I was chatting with him that they all had their like warm-up jackets on. And at one minute I looked at him, he got this smirk on his face. I said, you have the kit on right now, don't you? Like before we went on stage. And he was like, no. And he started to like lean back and cover his zipper. And I was like, I'm not going to rip it off you, man. But like, yeah, he was clearly excited about it. Steve, any takeaways?
No, I mean, a really good event overall. I could have done without the music afterwards just because it was really loud.
It was fun. Like, I get it.
It was. They were good. They were good. It just, I wanted to be able to interact with people, and that made it hard. But no, I mean, great to see the whole team together, not like trying to like get out of a preseason game or go to the training room after a practice. Just see them all together and see them like hanging out together, which is always a fun thing because you don't get to see them hang out. So you kind of see who like is closer, and some of the new guys kind of like bunching together, but then one of the older guys like is like pulling them in and including them. So like that type of stuff is always fun to watch.
Yeah. Drew, you were floating all over the room. Any kind of takeaways?
There's a feeling about this team. Not like a we just won a championship kind of team, but like a Like we just can't wait to spend more time together feeling about this team.
Yeah.
Like they're already enjoying the time they're spending together, and they seem more than happy to spend the rest of the year together, which is like, that's what, like, chemistry is one of the most important things you can have, right? Like you can have all of the pieces and no chemistry and nothing's going to happen. Yeah. And the chemistry is just incredible. A couple of the players wanted me to keep under wraps the outfit for the new guys until Tuesday. So
your outfit, you mean? Like the
yeah.
Mondo?
Oh,
yeah.
okay, gotcha. That's funny. Yeah.
Nice.
Charles was giving a couple people some trouble. And he was like, "Oh yeah, no, good idea not wearing it." You know. And then he was telling some of the new guys, he was like, "Just wait until you meet him next week. Just wait." They're like, cool. "What do you mean?" He's like, "No. Yeah. You'll see."
That's funny. That's really funny. Yeah, I mean, just on the whole vibes bit, at one point I mentioned to Rob Vincent, I just looked at him, I was like, "Are you ready?" And he was like, "Mm-hmm." And I said, "You guys had this, like, you've had this locked down for a few weeks," and his eyes got real big, and he was like, "Yeah." Like they are prepared in a way that we'll see how this actually translates, but we have said for years and years that it always feels like the first few games are still preseason and still exhibition, and that does not feel like it's necessarily going to be the case this year. We'll see what happens.
I mean, and the thing, I've heard from more than one player who's just like, "Just wait. Yeah. You wait till we get on that field. Like I've been told we're not starting slow. You're not going to recognize us the first couple of games." Like, and just a general of like, they understand that there's a pressure, but also you're going to see. And I'm like, okay, let's go. Like it's real fiery.
Yeah.
And there's only 6 more days. I can't wait.
It's nuts. Two other things that I want to talk about, guys, before we actually get into our predictions, which is going to be kind of the bulk. I say the bulk of the show. We've already spent 20 minutes just talking about the kids. We did have 2 more preseason games. Both of them were wins. 2-1 over WVU. Jorge Garcia and Walty got the goals for us. Then immediately, it wasn't even 24 hours later, we got a 2-0 win over Pitt. Griffin and Elliot Goldthorpe got the goals in those. Was anybody able to make it to those games?
We were at the first one.
You guys were at WVU?
Yeah.
Talking to Vincent, it sounded like they were going to be 2 completely different lineups. We tried to get the guys as many as we could, 90 minutes under their legs before we get started at the Battery next week. Josh, Liz, what did you guys see from WVU? Anything stand out?
Yeah, I mean, Garcia, I always like seeing Garcia. Yeah. He, when he's allowed to rip those long shots and try to get those goals, he looks great. He looked great. He did take a knock halfway through the first half, and I got scared because it looked pretty rough, but he got back up and was able to play afterwards. So I think he's okay. But that scared me. But overall, yeah, they looked good. I would say the team we saw on the first night was probably not the recommended starting lineup.
Yeah.
I would guess, yeah.
Yeah, but it was still good to see them. They didn't look like they were in complete control of the whole game, the whole match, but it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the first half we looked very quick and we were playing our game. I think especially the last 20 minutes of the second half, there were probably a lot of takeaways, which is fine. We didn't, completely drop off or anything, but I think that we let up in a way that Rob will have a lot to say about it. Oh, Rob yelled for the first time. It was nice. Hilarious. It was sometimes you just have to keep the ball. And I was like, okay.
I like the snarkiness of it.
I know.
Sometimes you have to keep the ball.
He was yelling clear to the other side of the field, so it's so loud. I was like, oh, okay. He has opinions. So that's what I have to say about the first game.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, 2 more preseason games. It's good to see that they're wins. We've talked about how they don't really mean a ton. It's more about getting the minutes and kind of getting the guys a chance. It sounds like there's a lot that they were kind of looking for, and Rob was mentioning specific players that he's really excited about. We'll talk about those in a little bit, but what he has. he said to us, Steve, like, still don't have my first loss yet, which is going to be one of our questions. And you were quick to point out, well, except for the preseason. And he was just like, yeah. So I'm sure he's happy with 2 more wins. Yeah, exactly.
That's like, I think though, like what everybody's talking about, right? It's like that relationship with Rob where I can make that joke and he's like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like it's so fun.
Yeah. So
I was going to say, you can't even be mad about the Lexington goal because the second one was pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah,
also,
yeah.
Duquesne scored against the Riverhounds. Pitt didn't. I'm just saying.
It goes to the draft, dude.
it's fine. So okay,
Moving on.
we got
Great for me.
All the preseason games are out of the way. The one other bit of news, well, 2 things. So you mentioned Garcia picked up a knock. I know one of the undercurrent bits of news that has been rumbling around is that Robbie Mertz has picked up a knock. He has picked up a knock. He is confident that he will start getting minutes in the second game of the season. So this is not a long-term issue. He's feeling great. He was on the field on Thursday practicing. So like he's in a good spot. So don't worry too much about Mertz. But one of the other bits of news that we do need to talk about, at least briefly, I don't want to spend too much time just because this is going to be an ongoing thing that may become something, it may not. But regardless, the USLPA, which is the Players Association, they have essentially been given approval to strike. Now, this is something that we've been talking about for weeks. Steve, you literally asked Jeff Garner, the team president, about it last week. And to just, as we expected, Jeff couldn't say much about it because it is kind of the players versus the team ownership in the league. But essentially what had happened was they've been negotiating back and forth. And the latest proposal that the league ownership put forth, all of the players across the league who are part of the union, 90% of them said to reject it, and they gave the governing authority permission to strike if they feel that a strike is necessary. So where does that leave us? At this point, they continue to negotiate. The ownership group kind of tends to say that they're closer and they're making progress, and the players are still making arguments saying that there are some key pieces that they feel that they deserve. At this point in time, I think all of us are kind of behind the players, not to, throw a wrench into our relationship with the team or anything like that. Steve, you put out a letter basically outlining why. We posted that on our Substack. But it's a kind of wait and see kind of situation. We are all in favor of, we're kind of pro player for the pro players. Like we got to make sure that we're treating them well, that they have even just some of the basic things like guaranteed health care, especially when you play it, when your job requires you to be healthy. And if you're not, it's not really your fault. It's probably something related to your job. There's just a number of factors that, especially with the USL launching a D1, the USL Premier, you got to raise the standards at least a little bit. So any additional thoughts on that, guys, before we get into the questions? Go ahead, Josh.
I was just going to say, there are some really good articles out there right now. A lot of good information. One, you can go directly to the players union's social media and see like what they're asking for. Really well made up slides and kind of just showing you exactly what's going on. ESPN has had an article or 2 about it already that kind of gives the outline where they're at right now. Headline was a little bit, wishy-washy, but the article itself was good. And then also Backheeled had a good kind of breakdown about another aspect of this that isn't so much about what they're asking for, but more about talking about the way they're doing franchise rights and how much money the league is keeping of the franchise money versus giving it to the teams, which kind of made me realize that there is this part of this that's not just the teams / league versus the players. It kind of has 3 entities that are not all aligned on what they want. The league wants one thing, the teams want one thing, and not all the teams are unified either, because there's pretty much they're all their own entities. So it's very interesting to kind of see how much dynamics are in play. Makes it understandable why it's taking so long. But hoping we have something figured out by the time the season starts, because I feel like that's going to be the make or break.
Yeah. None of this is easy for the players. We can tell you that, Robbie Mertz himself is on the bargaining committee for the players. And so we have had some conversations that we're not going to share here, but it's a lot of stress. It's very difficult, and they're all just trying to do the best they can and see that something gets ironed out before the season starts. So we'll see if that happens. If it doesn't, we're still supposed to kick off this weekend. And so everyone's going to kind of keep acting like that's the case unless something changes. And hopefully something changes for the good, and there's a new CBA, and we're off to the races, and we can all enjoy the season without this sort of dark cloud hanging over it. Any other thoughts on the matter, guys? Good?
We covered it pretty well.
Sweet.
I mean, if anybody is opposed to the players, just remember the players just want to play. It's like any other job. The players just want to do their job, right? Like, at the end of the day, they want to get out there and play.
Yeah. I think it was Pat Hogan. We talked about former Hounds, friend of the show, Pat Hogan, did a whole piece about he retired, why he retired, and a lot of it had to do with just sort of concessions that the players have to make in terms of their own personal lives in order to keep playing. In a way, when you compare it to other industries, it sets them back. So they really are making concessions, and now it's time for the league to at least even the playing field a little bit. So we will see. All right, so guys, as I mentioned, season starts next weekend. Peter, you said 6 days away. It's insane. We get to this point every year, and we're like, where did the off season go? And we'll get to 6 months from now, and we'll be like, where did the season go? And it just time flies. But I thought what could be fun is we tend to do this at the beginning of every season, where we will do kind of our prediction questions. I don't know if we've ever actually gone back and seen like who was right the most and who was wrong. I know Houndsy does a really good job of that. So if you're interested in that and them calling out people who are wrong, go check that out.
Can we give them homework to keep track of ours and then do an episode later about which of us was right and wrong?
You'll still do
On
it
their
if you can
show?
come on the show and yell at the people who are wrong.
What we really do is we should criticize what they guessed at the end.
Yes.
Yeah. And they should criticize what we guessed.
I'm not taking homework, guys. Thank you. No, thank you. I have bread to make.
All right,
I will do the homework because I kind of miss school. I'm not going to lie, but go ahead.
All right, so I got 8 questions here, guys. Some of them are just yes or no questions. Some of them are going to require a little bit more nuance. I'm curious what other people think. We're going to get your guys' thoughts, and then you can leave us a comment as to why we're right or wrong or whatever it may be. But we're going to start with basically the last topic that I just brought up. And so the question is, will the players strike at some point this season? So we're going to start heavy and then we'll get light. Steve, you're the first in kind of my window of people. Do you think the players will strike at some point this season?
What's going on out there? Hold on. I gotta run.
You have to answer. Don't. Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Yeah. Wait. What? I missed. What did you
Yes.
say? Yes. You think they will strike? Okay. Peter, do you think they'll strike at some point this season?
I will say yes. I just don't know what exactly is the catalyst to call a strike, because I'm under 26. I don't need to worry about health insurance yet. So don't blame me.
For now.
For
Until
now.
you do it.
For now, yeah, I'm turning 24
But
in 2
you-
weeks. Don't remind me, please.
But you're in
Let
the
me enjoy
workforce,
this.
Yeah.
so you should most definitely learn about striking
Oh, I
because
should.
that
I
as a
won't.
worker, that is your strongest tool.
Oh,
Liz?
I know, but
Yes, I do think they will.
Josh?
I thought it was going to be amongst everyone here, but I don't think they're going to strike. I think it gets resolved. If they do strike, though, I think it happens the first game. I don't think it's like halfway through the season they strike. Like, no, I think it's if they're going to strike, they're going to strike
I don't think it's going to be the first game.
for the first game.
Drew?
I'm closer to Josh. I think either there's going to be an 11th hour like Thursday night decision, or there's going to be a strike that allows everybody, not just Rhode Island, to get 1 extra week to get ready for the season. Don't worry, Rhode Island. We see you. We know you complain. It's okay. We
Hey,
see
don't
how
forget
you
about
play.
Loudon.
That's
Listen,
Loudon.
Rhode
Nobody-
Island's still
Yeah, it's true, it is
mourning that we
Loudon.
got Dequa back. They're still
Yeah.
mourning. Give them some time.
They were mourning before they entered the stadium for the playoff game. Like,
They were trying to give him back last time I talked to him.
I am.
no,
ahead,
so
Drew.
that's my thought. Is
Yeah.
it's gonna be one of two things. We're either gonna miss week 1 or it's gonna be like a very 11th hour. We find out the morning of the season opener. I think it's Friday, right? This is the 1st game.
Yeah,
You're gonna find out like Friday morning that disaster averted. Put the mission accomplished banner on the on
the Papadakis yacht.
yeah.
Call in the orcas.
Exactly.
I'm gonna say no, because I feel like at this point the players have all the leverage. With this being a World Cup year, with everything the league is trying to do, they cannot afford to not have a season. And so I'm not saying that based on any insider knowledge. This is very serious. But I think that at a certain point, someone's going to break. And I think that the players have too much to fight for that the league is going to have to crack. So
And they broke last time. Do you know what I mean? Like they
yeah.
gave in last time with promises and faith. And when you break faith, this is the find out
There's
moment.
consequence.
And the league gets to find out, hopefully.
Yep.
And I mean, there's precedent for this too. We've seen this happen twice in the NHL in almost similar circumstances to what we're looking at the USL. And so the USL can see exactly what's going to happen, and this is the worst year for it to happen.
Yeah, agreed. All right, so that's what we think. Moving on, next question. I mentioned Rob Vincent, very proud of the fact that he has not officially lost yet. So how many games before Rob Vincent gets his first loss as a coach? I'm going to go opposite order. So Drew, how many games do you think before Rob gets his first loss? As we all scramble to look at the schedule. Go.
Okay, so there's two answers to this question. I have two answers because both of these teams we're facing at home, and both of these teams we struggle against.
Okay.
And so either we're going to start the season with not a win.
Okay.
Against Charleston, or
well, hold on. I said loss.
So
not a win could be a tie.
I was hedging.
You got to make a choice.
So loss.
Stop this multiple game hedging.
Okay, fine. It's either going to be 1 or 11.
Nope. Make a choice.
And I hope it's 11.
1 or 11. Okay. All right. Interesting, because I have 11 as well. I'll explain why. Josh.
Yeah.
I think I don't like this, but I do think it'll be the first game of the season. I think it's going to be Charleston, particularly because I feel like I kind of just want to get it out of the way. So it's kind of hopeful a little bit, even though I'm going to be there. Like we're actually traveling to Charleston.
Is it because you're bad luck?
No, it's not that. I would rather see it get out of the way, get that loss, so that way it's not like the pressure isn't not only do we have to be good this season, but also Rob hasn't had his first loss yet, and so I just kind of want to get out of the way. But also Charleston's a good team historically, and we do kind of struggle against them. So
yeah, Sean Suber comes back to bite us. Liz.
I mean, when I was thinking about it, I was like 3 games, but that's the Open Cup game and
Steel City.
That would be so bad.
And Steel City's already kind of like flubbed that game in so many ways that then I had to reconsider. So I think 5 games.
5 games? Okay.
5 games.
All right.
I just think there's going to be like the guys are excited. There's momentum. They're proving themselves. Like, I mean, yeah, Rob's got a coach, but there's just a lot of bring it coming out of this team. So
the 5th game is Jacksonville. Do you think it'll be
against
That's at home.
It's home. Yeah, there's no way. Right?
I could.
I mean, there is most definitely a way.
There's a way. Yeah.
We've flirted with exactly that.
Listen, it's the opening of the stadium all over again. We were really excited and we lost, and then now we're really excited and we lost. I don't know. It could happen.
Yeah, it could happen. Peter?
I am going to say it's either going to be a tie against Charleston or we're going to lose against Tampa Bay. And yeah, so 1 or 3.
Okay. Steve?
Or 4.
Tampa Bay's my pick. So 4th game of the season, 3rd game of the league. Because there's a lot, they picked up a lot of former Hounds that I think want to try to prove something. And they're going to come out to play, even though it's a different organization, different coaching staff that they're playing against. I think there's a chip on some of those guys' shoulders that have left and not always left under the best of circumstances. So I think that game of all the games is kind of the one that I look at him like, man, I don't like that.
I mean, to just kind of show you how delusional I become as a fan, I was literally looking at the schedule and I'm like, we're going to win all these. Like, it's fine. Like, end of season, he just won't lose. We'll be like the Invincibles.
I like
we're going to have
all of them, not ties, wins.
Yeah.
I love it. See, Mike also, bring it. Let's go.
Right, let's go.
End of May into June, we're going to get like 3 ties and Mike is going to like, sky is falling.
If we start the season with 3 ties, I think the guys will lose their mind because that's not the vibe at all.
Yeah. No, that was why
those games.
I also said just like throwing a number out there. I said 11, like Drew. That's Louisville away. That's on May 9th. So like I look at the rest of the teams and I'm like, we should be able to at least get a point from most of these other teams, but you never know. That's why you play the game, right? So we will see. So wait, we have like 1, 3, 5, 11. Did we say some other number?
I think that was it.
1, 3, 5, and 11. Okay, those are the hotbeds. It's going to be like 2, and we're like, okay.
We're not going to lose it all.
We're not going to lose it all. Rob is just sitting here listening to this like, okay, guys, I see you.
Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. All right, next question. Here we go. Will Chico get more than 12 goals this season? Now, there's multiple things to consider here, not just like Chico's own form. But as you guys mentioned, it seems that the offense is kind of high flying, and you look at who's getting the goals in the preseason. It's not just forwards, it's attacking midfielders, which goals add up, which is great. The more goals we can spread around, super. Is there going to be enough for Chico to get 12? Steve?
Absolutely.
Chico, he gets more than 12?
Oh, yeah.
Confidence.
Without a doubt.
I have no doubt. I think that the way that this offense is functioning, he's going to have more space than he's ever had. And he won't be able to get double teamed in the ways that we saw him get double teamed in Rhode Island. But I think the big difference is there's not going to be the same level of like Chico or JJ Williams on the field at the same time. And so he was the one that was getting the most coverage, which opened JJ Williams up. I think that with this roster, like, you've got Elliot Goldthorpe, you've got Charles All, you've got Robbie Mertz, you've got like the list goes on and on and on.
I'm going to put you on the spot.
So many attacking.
This is not one of the questions, but you were so confident. Is Chico in the running for the Golden Boot this year?
No, but I think he gets 16.
Okay. I like the shout. Peter, does he get more than 12?
He's going to get 12 on the dot.
Okay.
Because we're saying it, and I just know how karma works. It's
Fair enough. Fair enough. Liz?
I think he'll be around 12. Steve, I think that you are wrong. And if we want to mark this down, I think the reason that he doesn't get more than 12 is because we don't. Yeah, thank you, Peter. I love this.
I love being a media agent.
It is because we don't have the same players delivering into the box, and maybe it'll change, but I don't see that same delivery that Chico really thrives on. Between that and our other, the other players who are taking chances and showing up, I think that may keep his goal scoring down. But I think that the celebrations will be more epic across the board because I think we'll have a general goal scoring atmosphere. So I think you're wrong, Steve.
Josh?
Hey, we'll see.
I'm more towards Steve on this one. I thought before all this was like my number is 15. I could see 15 goals. I do think he is going to have a bounce back season after the performance of last season, which was not a terrible performance, by the way. He did good. He just did not do 25 or whatever goals good.
Yeah.
But I think his confidence is going to be sky high with coming back to the Hounds, being at home where he actually lives, and like just feeling it. So yeah, between quality we have on this team in the midfield to be able to feed them, and the fact that 15 goals, I think is very doable. Peter,
So just to follow up, it's 15.
15 for me.
You got it.
You're writing down everyone's answer. Okay.
Yes, I am. I'm not doing a bit.
It's only partially a bit.
Yeah.
Drew?
I'm going to actually take the under,
Okay.
but I'm going to say he gets more than 15 assists.
Ooh.
Oh,
Okay.
Because so if we're talking total goal scoring contribution, I think he's going to be 20s or higher. I don't think he's going to get the goals himself for the exact same reason why he hasn't really been able to the last couple of years, which is he's a known quantity. He's going to get double teamed. He's going to get triple teamed. He's going to have the attention on him, which sets him up perfectly to be the layoff guy. And on top of that, he's the Hounds' Olivier Giroud. Giroud is a great player, not because he banged in every goal. It's because he set up the players around him to succeed because everybody was so afraid of him. And I think we're seeing the same thing here is everybody is so afraid of Chico and so afraid of Chico scoring that the players around him are going to get crazy opportunities.
I love how Drew cannot be on the show without naming somebody on the Hounds as a former Chelsea player.
Okay, listen, he played for Arsenal first. All right, I hated playing the Frenchman.
So under 12, but more than 8 assists. I'm confused.
Under 12 goals, more than 15 assists.
wow, that's a lot of assists.
It's a wild
Yeah.
number of assists.
Yeah.
Wild.
So I was
So
gonna say,
total combined goal contributions is going to be up towards like 30.
Okay.
my only concern with Chico getting more than 12 goals is it seems like the way this team wants to play is that we have more people who are in the position to score goals, and therefore there's going to be plenty of goals to go around. My question to you guys, and this was not on our list, so you couldn't have prepped for
Wait.
this.
What's your answer, Mike?
Yeah, I
No,
need to
my
write it
answer-
down, man.
My answer is no. I'll say that he gets 11 goals. I'll say that he gets right beneath it. But here's my question to you guys. If I say that the Hounds are going to have 2.5 players that score more than 10 goals this season, are you taking the over or are you taking the under? Do you think that we have 3 or more players that get 10 or more goals this season? Or do you think that we will have 2 or less players that get 10 or more goals this season? Steve?
Easy
I'll take the
over.
over.
Silence is bad for radio.
You're taking the over?
Yeah.
I'm also taking the over. I think we
Yeah,
have more than 2
absolutely.
players that get more than
Oh.
10 goals this season.
Easily.
Drew says over.
Yeah.
Liz-
I'm taking over.
I don't think
Peter
it's
So
that
is there anybody
easy,
not
guys.
taking the over?
Josh is not
You're a
taking
house divided.
I honestly think that's a big ask for looking
You
at
know,
our
the sports
previous
books do
seasons
not
and-
like this.
Get out of here. What kind of fan are you in the preseason?
I think it's great, but I don't
Listen,
think it's
the
going to be
sports-
because everyone's
I
scoring.
don't think you do.
I think it's going to be more spread out than that. I think we have so much depth in the midfield. I don't think you can really see like one or all these players getting all the goals. I think it's going to be more spread out.
All right, so I want Peter's answer, and then I have a follow-up based on John's
Peter,
answer.
Peter's
Okay.
taking the over.
He already took the over.
Oh, okay, great.
Yep.
Follow-up then, based on Josh's answer, is
Mhm.
then do you think that we have what's your over/under on, let's say, 3.5 players scoring 4 goals or more?
I'm not writing that.
Oh,
Yeah, that's over.
you got to take the over on that.
Yeah, that one's over.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
easy.
yeah.
Yeah.
You
It
That's
got
an
to-
occurs
easy
to me
over.
that I need to clarify. My predictions
Oh.
are my
No,
predictions.
thank
already.
you. Next
Are
question.
we talking about
We only have
league
so much
games?
time.
Are we talking about league games only? Because just a reminder, there's
No,
4 less league games than in the past.
No, Steve.
There's 4 less league games. in the
Yeah.
past?
Yeah, there's only
Because of
30.
the-
USL Cup.
Because
right?
of the cup formerly known as Jägermeister.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, yeah.
We're not getting
Wait,
that
what is it called
complicated. That's not fun.
The Prinks Tire Cup.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Vroom vroom.
Yeah, the tire company we've
Let's-
never heard of.
Let's look at the other end of things now, guys. So will we average more or less than 1 goal against per game this season? So one of the big questions that we had this offseason was, is what Rob is implementing just going to be a continuation of Lily Ball? Obviously, while Rob was the manager of the club during the end of last season and into the playoffs, we were averaging less than 1 goal against, I believe, or pretty close. So the question is does this high-flying offense that we're hearing about make us more susceptible in the back so that by the end of the season we are giving up more than 1 goal against per game? Or do you think that we're still able to shut things down and we will come in at less than 1 goal against per game at the end of the season, not including playoffs? We'll just say season finale, it's all over. We'll go opposite direction. Drew.
I'll say we'll be under 1, or like really, really tight to 1. But still under.
Okay, Josh.
I think we're going to be over. I do think we're going to score more goals. Period. Like it's going to be a better average total. But I think the slider is not going to be quite as Lily specials, that kind of stuff. It's going to be a little bit more towards like 3 goals scored by the Hounds, 1 goal scored by the opponent.
Okay, Liz.
I agree with Drew. I think that we're going to be really close to 1. If we're under, we'll be just under. Considering how high flying this keeper that we've been seeing is, like he not just does he like play forward, but when he jumps out, he like launches himself towards the middle of the field sometimes. It does make for some gaps that I don't know that we're quite ready to close down.
Fair enough. Peter?
Oddly enough, I was going to go for under for the exact same reason, but I'm going to say for my own entertainment, 0.9.
Okay. Steve?
I think we are under because I think we still got a lot of clean sheets. And when you're getting clean sheets, that's a lot of other games that teams have to score more than 1 goal against you. We get 8, 10, 12 clean sheets. Like that's possible. Like a lot of these defenders have done that before. They know what they're doing. This midfield has done that before, right?
Yeah.
Mike?
Yeah. I think it's going to be really close, but I'll take the under because I'll stay optimistic. But I agree, Josh. I think the sentiment is there that there's that balance where it's like if you come out too high flying, you're going to leave yourself open at the back. But I feel like Rob and Adam and Bushy have kind of calibrated for that. So it'll be close, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is over. But just for the sake of this, I'll say under. Let's see what the next one is. Who will be the Steel Army MB? You know what? No, hold on. Stop. Before we ask that one, I'm going to jump to the next one. Yeah. Which player who was not on the Hounds last year are you most excited to see this year? And you cannot say Chico because
that's it. I'm
Chico.
leaving. Good night, guys.
So, Steve, because I'm assuming you were going to say Chico, I'm going to start with you. Who are you most excited to see who wasn't on the roster last year?
I mean, I didn't take the question when I read it that way. Like he wasn't even in my mind.
Okay, cool.
Because I know Chico.
Yeah.
It's tight. I'm gonna go. There's a lot of good options. I'm really looking forward to what Sousa does stepping into that central center back position. I think that he's got big shoes to fill, but he looks like he's going to develop really well over the next couple of months, and I think he can really step up. So I really want to see that.
Sweet. Peter?
I was going to say Sousa mainly because we do really well with Next Pro talent. Suber, Barnes, countless others have come from Next Pro pipeline. So that's something that I'm going to look forward to.
Awesome. Liz?
I'm going Goldthorpe. He is fun to watch. I think that he is going to keep us on our toes. We will both be excited and very nervous a lot of times when we watch him. Will he get a red card? Probably. So I'm excited to watch him.
Yeah.
He was a name that Rob dropped pretty early on that I was like, that's interesting. Josh?
I was also going to say Goldthorpe, but I don't want to be the same. So I'm going to say actually Campuzano. I think that is the most stress part that right now I have is his work and how he's going to do. I I was much more confident before I watched the USL shows, kind of like little synopsis of every team, and they came to us and they started talking about Capizano and like his, iffy seasons, and he can be great, but he's also can get switched off sometimes. So it's like, oh, now I'm nervous. Cool, which is exciting. So we'll see. I'm just kind of curious what he's going to be like.
Yeah, Drew.
I'm gonna say Sam Bassett. I'm gonna say Mr. Bassett because I always have to give a shout to the Colorado boys. So Sam coming to Pittsburgh is very exciting. And it seems like, being a talented soccer player runs in the family. So it's going to be very interesting seeing how he develops and what he does.
Yeah. I was going to say Bassett as well. Purely from, again, we were standing there, Steve, and Rob just looked at you and was like, what'd you think of Sam? And I was like, what? And so then he gave us the whole spiel of how like they actually wanted him last year and like couldn't get him, and so they've been tracking him, and we were one of a few teams that went after him, and like they've had their eye on this guy for a while now, and the fact that he kind of fell to us when he did was like a snatch him up. I don't know where he fits in this team, but I think there's some people feeling very highly about him, and so I'm excited to see what that turns into, if anything.
And I think what you mean when you say you don't know where he fits in this team is it him not getting minutes, or is it somebody that was starting last year not getting minutes, right? Like,
exactly.
Like that's the good problem to have.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so now we'll jump back a question. Who will be the Steel Army MVP this year? Last year it was Robbie Mertz. I told him he needs to keep having kids to keep that up. He said he's thinking about it, so maybe it'll be Mr. Mertz. Steve, wait, which way do we go?
That's Daddy Mertz to you.
Daddy Mertz, apologies. I think I'm going wrong order. Drew, Steel Army Player of the Year.
You know what? I'm gonna go a little weird. I'm gonna say it's Junior's year.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Josh.
Yeah, this is tough because we don't usually do repeats. So like it's a lot of the people who are voting are like, I don't want, they've already gotten it once, but
Say it.
Say
it.
I want to say Chico. I think it would be kind of cool if Chico got it, but that would be a long shot. So Chico.
Liz?
The best part about that answer, Josh, is like I couldn't tell which player you were going to pick.
True.
I was thinking Chico as well, so I was like, he's going to say Chico. Liz?
I think it's going to be Garcia. That kid is the definition of let him cook, and if you do let him cook, it's memorable. Like, it's incredibly memorable. We do the tequila chant for him. Like, he's going to stick in our heads, so I think he's going to get Player of the Year.
One thing about Garcia, if you think back to when we talked to Adam, the assistant coach, was we talked about this whole trend of allowing players to shoot from outside the box. Mm-hmm. And he said that they will identify players that can do that, and they will encourage them to do so and create space for them. And Jorge Garcia definitely feels like one of those players that could be sneaky, ripping shots from 20, 30 yards out that gets encouraged. So I think that's a really interesting shout, Liz. I like that. Peter?
I was going to say Danny Griffin because he hasn't gotten it, I think, and I got to give my respect to the captain.
I think it's fair.
Good shout. Steve?
I think 4 weeks into the season, Elliot Goldthorpe has established himself as an everyday starter and lights it up, and we're going to see him get a lot of looks for that by the end of the season.
I like
to ask it. I'm just going to ask anyway. Who's sitting the bench then?
It's going to be a rotating cast. I mean, I think Robbie is the biggest sufferer from Elliot's quality, but I think Elliot is going to be there. I think all will be on the bench, and he and Robbie will rotate a bit. But I think Elliot wins that the sure spot of the three of them.
Wow. I'm going to say Chico. I think Chico will be the first repeat winner, and people will be like, because he was gone for 2 seasons. you either have some new members that didn't realize that he won it 2 years ago or 3 years ago, or they'll just be like, he's gone for a while. So
yeah, it's going to be that casual chaos.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. All right, let's get into the meat and potatoes. Last two questions. Where will the Hounds finish in the standings this season? Steve, where do we end up?
We end up third, along with Charleston and Louisville as the top three. And there's a sizable gap to look at Tampa Bay. And we're not worried, but we're fighting for that in the last month and just can't quite make up the ground.
Okay, Peter?
I was going to say third, but we're actually tied with Charleston at second. So point-wise.
Oh, okay. Nice. All right. Liz? You wrote that down, right? Like you're
All of the
things. Liz?
Yeah, I think fourth. It feels like I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth, so that's where I feel like we're going to be.
Josh?
Annoyed that she said fourth because that's what I'm going to say as well, but I'm not going to change my answer this time. I think it's fourth. I think, this is going to be a season where we see big swings with the scores. I think between, just Vincent working it out, what's his style, how's it going to look. We're going to see some, major blowout games, but also there could be opportunities where we don't do too hot and we see it the other way around. But fourth place will be fine by me.
Drew?
I'm going to say True second. So second in the East, second overall.
Okay.
Wild.
Overall, okay.
Yep.
Nuts.
I'm saying 2-2 because this would not have been the first time 2 or 3 people in the East have ended up above all of the West.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say it's gonna come down. There's gonna be a three-way race for the top spot for the Players' Shield. With Louisville and Charleston, and Tampa Bay is gonna fall just short of the horse race, but it's gonna be a photo finish at the end.
I am going to put down the Kool-Aid that I've been drinking, and I'm going to say that we finish first. That I couldn't figure out when we were going to lose. So at this point, I'm on the hype train, and I think that we take the East by storm. I think that the depth in some of the things that we've seen this team doing this offseason has kind of blown my mind a little bit in ways that are all good. And when I look at some of the other teams and I look at how they're operating and I look at the players that they're signing, there isn't anybody in my mind that kind of rivals what we've been doing and the way we've kind of been snatching players and filling holes and being 2-3 players deep at each position. My only concern is at defense. I hope that we have enough depth there and enough ball playing defenders to kind of cover that. But I think this is going to be a wild season, and I think we got a good shot at the Players' Shield.
To live in your dream world real quick.
Yeah.
And then, does that mean that we're also getting the Golden Glove and the Golden Boot? Are we doing everything?
So yeah, is this going to be like
is this
2023 all over again?
No, I don't think we get the Golden Glove.
Okay,
because I think that I say this after saying we're going to be right around 1 goal against per game. If we're actually 1 goal against per game, then we got a shot at the Golden Glove. I don't know if I necessarily believe what I said 30 minutes ago.
Where I got all the crap.
No, hold on.
Living on vibes, Mike. Living on vibes.
This is why we write it down, people.
Check the math, Peter. Yeah. So I think we might be in the Golden Glove hunt, but I think there's going to be some other team that isn't scoring as frequently as we are that are winning games just by playing almost lily ball, where they're winning more 1-0 games. Whereas I think that we could have more games that we're winning like 3-1, 3-2, stuff like that. I don't think we get the Golden Boot because I think that we have more goals distributed across more players rather than having them centralized to one player. So,
all right, well, your dream's still pretty great, but it could be better.
Right?
Yeah.
Dream world. The last question then, will we repeat as cup winners? There has not been a team to do this. Louisville was the closest 10, 15 years ago.
They did it.
They did it, but it was
They
like
did it.
years ago. Yeah.
It was a while ago. So this has not happened since. Drew, do we repeat as cup winners? Josh?
No.
Liz?
Hell yeah. Why not?
Peter?
No.
Steve?
Sure.
I'm going to say no, and I'm going to say it's okay. Like, I think we've talked about how it takes something different to win the cup. I think we can make a run. I would be more... No, I should not say more excited. I would like to see us go deeper in some of these other competitions. Like we've made a really good run at the Open Cup the past few years and been like the last USL Championship team standing. I'd like to see that again. I'd like to see the Printex whatever thing, like us actually make a splash there, make a run at that. If we can bring back some other piece of hardware, either Player Shield, the Printex thing, I don't see us winning the Open Cup, but that would be amazing. I think that would be just as good in my mind as winning the championship for a consecutive year. So I'm not upset about it. This is Rob's first full year in charge. We kind of know what kind of deal he's facing. This is very much a prove yourself kind of year, and I think he's going to prove himself, but I don't think it results in a cup win. So, yeah.
Also, I'd rather the foundation and blueprint be set up for us to win to be the inaugural Prem title winner, right?
There you go.
Why not both?
That'd be something.
Wow. Dream big, guys.
Start the dynasty, right?
Start the dynasty. There you
exactly.
go.
Well, it all starts next Saturday, March 7th, 6 p.m., Patriots Point in Charleston. Josh, you said you guys will be there. Are you guys taking a van? Who's all going down with you?
No,
We're flying down. I mean, a lot of people are going to be there, but we don't have an organized trip through the Steel Army. This is more just individual Steel Army members planning to be there. Liz and I, we're flying down. We're actually going to be there for a long weekend and kind of like use it as a vacation / see a soccer game. So that way, if they do strike, we still have a vacation in Charleston.
There's a lot of history. There's a lot of food. It's an
great
easy
town.
trip that like a lot of people take.
Yeah.
If you can time it right, you can get direct flights from Breeze for pretty cheap. So
Now, if
that's
this
what
was
we did.
Loudon, and then they we had a trip planned to Loudon, and like I don't know why we would fly, but if we were flying, and then they put a strike on, I'd be like, we're not hanging out in Loudon.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's not
to
going.
be fair, though,
Yeah.
to be totally fair to Loudon, they do have one of the most incredible places to visit in the country. And that's because Dulles is 20 minutes away, and it's the Udvar Hazy hangar of the Air and Space Museum, where you can see the SR-71.
I've
You
been.
can see
I
the space
agree.
shuttle.
It's cool. Yeah.
It's awesome. Okay?
What Drew is not telling you is the reason he is not going to Loudon is because if his parents find out that he's that close to home and he doesn't
I
visit
have to
them,
stop by.
he gets in trouble.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
That's why I can never go to Loudon.
Right now there is a Steel Army bus trip for Loudon. So we will have a bus. They'll drive there and back same day. The driver's already set up. So assuming that all happens, there may be some seats left.
Yeah, I think it's $30 or $40 for
40.
the whole 40, and that includes your ticket and your ride and pizza and hanging out at the not a tailgate.
I like how you can't turn being a Steel Army member.
And if
board
you're
member
really
off, Josh.
lucky, it includes some 12-year-olds flipping you off from their van and yelling at you.
At least that was last trip. Yeah,
That was
That's
delightful.
bonus. Yeah.
and throwing
I mean, but
Easter
you
eggs
can get
at
that
you.
from Steel City.
Yeah. Guys, let's do a quick score prediction. I know we're past our hour here. Steve, how do you think this one plays out?
2-2.
Oh, 2-2. Peter.
1-1.
Man, Liz.
3-2 Hounds.
Josh.
3-2 Charleston.
Oh, shut your Ugh. Drew.
I already said I predicted the first game. Lost.
I know.
I'm going to go with 2-2.
I'm going to say 3-1 Hounds, just because I know Peter's writing this down.
Yeah, I'm losing track. Thanks.
You just have to go back and watch this back. So, just one more
Yeah,
view for
yeah.
us. The game will be on ESPN Plus. So, for those of you who aren't traveling to Charleston, you'll be able to catch the game. We will be back next Sunday.
Or go to the pitch on Butler.
Yes.
Or go to the
West
pitch on
Steel
Butler.
Army is having the season opener party.
The watch party. Yeah.
I feel like there's more to that, Drew.
No.
Keep going.
The season opener party of the season.
Okay, there we go. Good.
It's a party for a season.
Yeah.
One other thing, because this came up on Thursday. I know that I said that we're going to do it. We're going to do it. All Hounds Eve. I have said that if you got a Hounds tattoo to celebrate the championship, there's a drink on me in it for you if you show up to All Hounds Eve. I have heard that there are some that are trying to skirt it by already having a Hounds tattoo and are going to try to pass it off as they got it because of the championship. We will have to have a conversation. But
what if I have my tattoo designed and scheduled?
If you could show me on the calendar and have your design, I will buy you a drink. So
does it have to be permanent?
Yes.
That's what a tattoo is. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
No, like what if you're willing to get enough, you design it and you get temporary tattoos and you
don't give people
commit to wearing it every home game.
No.
On your face. It has to be on your face. And it has to last for more than like a day.
No,
so
that's the temporary part.
You gotta go to work.
That's not worth it.
Michael.
That's not worth it.
Get a permanent one somewhere else. It's fine. I know, right? All right. I know we covered a ton. I know we were over time. I appreciate all of you guys for joining us. This is always so much fun getting everybody onto a show together. As the season starts, we're going to be doing more content, and you're going to hear from more of all of us all season long. Here's to a lot of fun. Hope the guys have a great trip down there. Lots of success, lots of goals, and any other final thoughts here, guys, before we get out of here?
I wish I could keep drinking a Kool-Aid, but I can't.
I got one thing to say to you, Mike.
Let's go!
Just wait till we win this weekend. It'll be all right.
And we don't strike.
And we don't strike.
And we don't strike. Yeah.
And we don't strike. All right. Thanks, everybody. We will be back with more Hounds and Riveters content for you very, very soon.
Later.
Bye, friends.
This is the way.